Let's talk about homoeroticism in heterosexual female friendships. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I've worked with victims and perpetrators of abuse for several years now. And one of the things that I've gotten more recently is a lot of people have asked me to talk more about, pathology in female friendships. Now, I've talked about homoeroticism in female friendships years ago. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago on my podcast. So there's a lot of things that I've talked about up there. And so I may I just may not talk about it up here because I've done so much talking about it on other platforms. And so homoeroticism and heterosexual female friendships can look very similar to jealousy and competition in friendships. So one of the things that I've noticed that occurs when you have a friend in homoeroticism is when you have a friend that's sexually attracted to you. She identifies herself as heterosexual, but she is sexually attracted to you, and she doesn't disclose that, but her actions towards you appear to be very similar to that of like a jealous lover, jealous boyfriend, or possessive lover and boyfriend. And so one of the ways that this shows up in friendships is that you have a friend that is very jealous over the person whom you're dating. And so they may come across as like, I don't like that person, or they always seem to have something negative to say. That's number one. Number two is that they get very upset, and to the point where it's like they create unnecessary conflict about who you're dating, but also things that you do and where you don't share details. So let's say like you maybe went out with another friend or something like that, or you spent time with your boyfriend or partner or whomever you're involved with, and all of a sudden they're like, they expect you to give them blow by blow. Why didn't you tell me? I can't believe you did that, or you would do that to me. And so there's this hyper jealousy, there's hyper possessiveness, but also like that belief that you should have disclosed me, or disclosed this to me, or you should have asked me for permission, or why couldn't I have come, or why don't we ever do that? So there's this there's all of this comparison and just the spillage all over you. Another subtle tactic or thing that occurs with these females that have this homo erotica towards you is this insane jealousy. When you compliment another woman, or when you tell another woman that she's pretty, or that you like her outfit, or you like her hairstyle or her shoes or something like that, there is this jealousy, and you could detect it in their face. So their face is like, ugh, or why is she talking to her like that? Or like, you didn't tell me that I look good, but like you are over here complimenting another woman. Like, what is that about? Like, you've never, again, that comparison, like to me, to them, you've never done that with me. Even it could be, when another woman compliments you, there is that gesture, that facial response, or there is this, again, this competition to be complimentary towards you. So then if another woman says, oh, well, Natalie, I like your outfit. Oh, well, yeah, Natalie, I meant to tell you that I like your hair. I like your outfit. I like your shoes. You just look great today. So it's almost like a one-upsmanship against the other woman that is complimenting you. It's like, she did it, but I can do it better. So it's like, yeah, and it's really like, it could be subtle, and you could sort of be flattered by, okay, my friends are complimenting me. They're telling me that but you have to note that subtlety is like this one-upsmanship, this thing. And then there can be a subtle another action that they could take is that they may want to keep you away from their other friends. So they don't want you to meet other friends or other people. That it's kind of this thing where they want to keep you all to themselves. And it may occur to where they want to keep you away from their friends, and they're also talking about you behind their back. But then when when they're with you, they're, again, they're super into you. They're super into the conversation. And this is really emotional immaturity at its finest, because sometimes what people will do is they will sort of smut you up to everybody else. So what that means is they will try to deter other people from liking you or wanting to meet with you. Meanwhile, they're sort of spending this time with you, and so they'll kind of trash talk you with their friends to keep them from wanting to engage with you, or to keep them having this opinion of you. So if by chance you ever do meet, then their friends already have this negative perception of you. But meanwhile, you have no idea that this has ever happened. And you may, when their friends do come around you, you may sort of get this like standoffish, weird vibe. And chances are highly likely that they talked about you, but the reason that they're doing that is because they want you all to themselves. And so homoerogenous and women, again, it's a lot like, it can appear to be a lot very similar to down low culture, and that these women are wrestling with this themselves. Like they may sort of, they're wrestling with this idea that I have these intimate feelings of attraction and liking another woman in a way that I have towards a man, and I'm not ready to sort of own up to it. And so they can appear to be very similar in terms of the pathology and the way that they lash out, and that they lash out in angry ways. Sometimes they can be full of rage when they lash out, and in the desire to control you, the desire to control the dynamics of the friendship, and keep you all to themselves. And cat claws can come out when you dare to have, the audacity to want to have other friends or go out with other people. And so they can vacillate between being super loving, being, super just like supportive in times of need, and really sort of step up in all of the friendship ways. But they can also be full of anger, be full of rage, and even sometimes react out in violence. Lastly, if this person, your friend, has a relationship with a man, like they could be engaged, they can be married, they can have a boyfriend, they can have, a relationship, they can have kids or whatever. However, they always prioritize you over the relationship with everybody else, or make you be their third party in their relationship. There's a chance that's highly likely that they have these homoerogenous feelings towards you. It's like, oh, I don't care about my man, but I can't even be with my man, like, unless I know what my friend is doing. Like, I always want my friend to be here. I would rather go out on a date with my friend. I would rather prioritize my friend. And it becomes to the level that it's super intrusive. Like your friend, like you are always being pulled into the mix. You're always being pulled into the arguments. You're always being asked to come over. And it's almost like you're a third wheeling in their relationship. There's a chance that your friend has romantic feelings towards you that they're not ready to confront, or either they are afraid to confront out of fear, out of how you would react. And lastly, your friend may test those boundaries by, seeing, what you're cool with. If I physically touch you, if I maybe try to kiss you, if I maybe try to hold on to you a little bit longer, how is she going to respond to that? Or is she going to be with it? That's going to let me know if I can kick things off to another level. And they would do that before they would talk to you about those feelings to let you know. So it's more like a testing the waters to see how down with it you might be and what they can get away with. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Like, follow, and share if this has been helpful. Thanks so much.